There, let's declutter and destash some patterns.
Woohoo!
I'm Jen and I am ready to destash patterns. This is a big step for me because I have over 1,000 and I have decluttered pretty much most of my sewing room. So I had to put on my ruthless brave hat and decide it's time. So before I do that, let me explain the way I file my patterns. And this is a pattern, but it's just the pattern envelope. This is where the guts of the pattern are. This is where all the tissue lives. And so I take this and I put it in a binder that looks kind of like this. And there are a lot of binders and they're divided up by category. And then within the category, I divide them up by decades. So this is how I file them, and I file them numerically, which is great because I don't have to put these in order unless I want to, and I do by decade. But these, I just file numerically. So, I just flip through until I find one I like. I look at the number, and I go find it over in my bins that hold all my patterns. So what we're going to do is go through all the patterns. I'm going to start with my vintage reprints, which I file separately from the rest. And then we're going to go decade by decade, category by category. And it's going to take a while, so we'll do this over a series of videos. But let's dive in with the vintage reprints.
McCall's 8380. I thought I loved it. And as I look at it now, I think, what was I thinking? I don't think I would ever make this or wear it. So even though it's vintage 1940s as a reprint, I think this one's gonna go. McCall's 7433 is classic shirt dress, circa 1943, so it's a reprint, but I love this. I really love this, so I'm going to keep that one. Simplicity 9464. This one, it's again 1940s, which is an era that I love. I think I'm going to keep this because of the sweetheart neckline and the sleeve, but it's debatable because it's so simple, but I think I'm going to keep it. Butterick 6682. Well, I got this for my daughter, and I don't know that she would ever be someone who thinks this is great. So it's retro 1952. This is interesting, but not enough to warrant that dress. So I'm going to let this one go. And this is McCall's 8357, vintage 1950s. I love this square collar. So I'm going to keep this one. Simplicity 9676. What attracted me to this was this collar. This is actually a separate vest, and while I like it sort of, I don't like this extended sleeve. So yeah, this one's gonna go. Simplicity 9699. I like this a lot. I got it because I liked the top, and I think I will keep it for the top. The skirt obviously is never going to look like this on a real person, but I like it well enough. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep this one. Butterick 6055 is retro 1950. Really the only thing I like about this is the pockets. It's just a very simple, straightforward dress with a turn-back collar, and I don't see myself ever making this, so this is going to go. McCall's 8402 is a vintage 1960s shift, and even though it's kind of shapeless, I still think I'm going to keep it. Even though I have other shift dress patterns, I'm going to hang on to this. Simplicity 9794 is a reprint from the 1970s, and I remember this from when I was in high school, so definitely keeping it. This is just so cute, this whole thing. Simplicity 9537. I think it's a skirt. Oh, I guess you get the top also. It's a pretty fancy skirt. I mean, it's a big deal kind of skirt that you could easily wear crinoline under and poof it out. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep this. Even though I have a lot of other tiered skirts in my pattern stash, I'm going to hang on to this. I don't know. I like it. Butterick 6870. This is retro 1950s, and I think I'm going to keep this for the collar. I do like the full skirt version, and I love this little bow. It's so cute. But I really like this collar and where this sits on your shoulder. Now, I don't know, this might bug me, but I think it's worth keeping and trying. This is Butterick 6318. This is retro 1961, and quite honestly, I don't see myself ever making this or wearing it because it's one of those extended sleeves, and I hate those. I really just don't like them. And this is nice, but yeah, it doesn't warrant keeping this. So that's going to go. Vogue 9294 is an original 1939. I love, love, love this. So it's definitely staying. I do want to try this. Simplicity 1356 is a jiffy pattern, probably from the 1970s. It doesn't really tell you here on the pattern envelope, but you know what? Why do I have this? I don't know that I would ever make it. So yeah, that's got to go. Simplicity 8731 is 1950s vintage, and I bought it for the dress. This dress has gathering right here at the hip line, but it has that center panel that if I don't fit this correctly, it could be a disaster. So line drawings don't really tell me much. The coat is notable, so I think I'll hang on to this one. McCall's 7599, love this. Circa 1953, yeah, love it. Don't even need to think about that. McCall's 8258. Okay, what am I doing with this pattern? I hate this. I pretty much hate everything about it. I have never liked that style, and I should not have purchased this pattern. It's vintage 1970s. Nope, it's out of here. Butterick 6582 is retro 60s. This is interesting. This wrap kind of sheared thing going on. I guess you can make it either full skirted or as a sheath. I made this for my daughter, and it doesn't turn out looking like that at all. At all. So I'm going to let this one go. Plus, it's too small. Simplicity 9819 is, yeah, pretty dress, but 1950s vintage. It's all this shearing here at the bust line. You know what? And cute little, I don't know what you call it, vest, little top that goes over it. I have an actual vintage pattern. It may be this one that I like better. This comes up really high, and yeah, no, that's going to go. Simplicity 8049. Now this is a tough call because I don't see myself ever making it because it's so straight up and down, shapeless. But I kind of want to keep it just because I like it. I really do. That's why I bought it. So I'm going to hang on to this one. It's very simple. It's just a wrap dress. I think it's just even maybe if you make it sleeveless, one piece. You know, this might be really pretty long as a maxi, so I'm going to hang on to that. This is Vogue 2354 from 1947. Look at how gorgeous this is. Definitely keeping it. Definitely going to make it at some point. I really need to. It's just gorgeous. Got to make it. Same with Vogue 1011. Gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. And you can tell from the way, the style lines, the way this is done. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. Definitely keeping this one. Simplicity 8686, I am kind of torn on. It is another classic shirt dress. I know that my friend Andra has made this and she really liked it. I don't know. It says simple to make, but I'm not sure about this gathering. I don't know about this. I am not exactly sure, but I do think I will keep it for right now. McCall's 8280. What drew me to this was the skirt and also the way this wraps, this whole top. They're straps and they can wrap around, or you can do a lot of things with them. Am I ever going to make this? Probably not. But would I like it for one of my girls? I don't know. You know, getting this whole strapless thing right is difficult sometimes. I think I will keep it though, even though, oh my gosh, it's such a fabric hog. It takes 6 yards, more than 6 yards, like 6.5 yards. So am I really going to make this? I don't know, but I'm going to keep it since I don't know. Past Patterns 503 is a 1926 slip-on evening dress. I'm going to keep this just because it's so vintage. I just want to keep it. This is from 1985. But if I ever want a dress like that, I will have the pattern. So that's why I'm going to keep this. Vogue 2876, once again, 1940s design, definitely keeping. Absolutely love all of this. I need to make this. Butterick 5137 is another 1948 vintage. I love this. I don't know. I honestly don't know. The belt kind of bothers me simply because this is just all straight, but maybe that's good. Yeah, I think I'll hang on to this one. Butterick 4918 is a retro 1952. You know what? I'm gonna let this one go because I just don't see the point in keeping it. This would be really hard to fit. It's beautiful, but I think I bought it at a time when I was making a lot of prom dresses for my girls, and yeah, I'm gonna let this go. Simplicity 8013 is a 1970s vintage. I bought this because my daughter sent me a photo and said, will you make this for me? And I said, sure. I never have. And from what I understand about this pattern, this neckline and wrap is a serious problem. So that tells me I'm not going to enjoy making this. I will figure out something else. I think she's completely forgotten about it anyway. So no, I'm not going to make this. So I'm going to go ahead and let this one go. Simplicity 9536. Oh, I debated about this one. I love these atrociously ridiculous oversized pockets. I don't know what it is that draws me to them. I like the way this little jacket is kind of like the petal shape in the front. And although this strapless neckline might be tough to fit, at least it has a version with straps. And interesting darts right there. So I'm going to hang on to this one. Simplicity 8505 is a 1970s vintage caftan. Okay, I guess maybe a caftan is a good pattern to have in your arsenal, in your collection, but I hate this. I hate caftans. I'm never going to make this. So it needs to go. Simplicity 5628 is a caftan and a poncho. So no. Vogue 9106 is gorgeous. It's a 1952 design, and I like this so much. And I've heard that this gathering is really interesting, and so I kind of want to give this a try. Yet another 1950s pattern that's probably going to take a bazillion yards. Okay, it says 4 and what is that, a half? So yeah, but I think it would be worth it. Now, of course, these little darts, I think you would call them darts, or, you know, they would be kind of like darts where this is gathered right under the bust. I don't know, could work, might not, but I'm going to give it a try. So I'll be keeping this one.
So there you go. That's the DESTASH of the vintage reprints. That's it for now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and take care. I'll see you next time.